Chapter 25. When I woke in the morning, I had spent so much time with Bear's strange ideas, I was in a cross mood, not wishing to deal with him. Nonetheless, he informed me that it was time to begin teaching me some skills. He explained how upon entering a town he played and danced, heading straight for the village church. There I pray, hopefully at Mass. I said, I thought you didn't believe in such things. What I think, Crispin, stays in my head. What I do is there for all the world to see. I must show reverence. I don't understand you, I burst out, surprising even myself. You tell me I don't need a church, then you talk like a priest. What are you? A man, nothing more or less. And you? Nothing. Why do you insist on that? Because I have no name, I said, my rage bursting forth. No home, no kin, no place in this world. I'm a wolf's head. Any and all may kill me when they choose. Even you. You say you want me to do things, think things, but when I won't be able to, you'll shun or betray me like the rest. I'd never said so many words in one breath in all my life. When I'd done, I turned away, alarmed that I had spoken to my master in such a fashion. Crispin, in the name of all the blessed saints, have you ever desired to be anything different from what you are? Well, we must be content to be as God made us, I said. What if God wishes you to better yourself? Then He will do so. Crispin, he said, grabbing me by the neck and hauling me along. Come with me. He dragged me to a little stream where we had fetched our water. Have you ever seen what you look like? He said. A little by a river, but I don't like to. Gaze upon yourself, he said. Puzzled, I did as he bid, staring at my image in the flowering water, my long hair, my dirty, bruised, and tear-streaked face, my red-rimmed eyes. Now then, he commanded, wash your face, using sand to scrub it. Go on, or by God I'll do it for you. After I did as he told me, he picked up his dagger. What are you going to do? I cried. Cut your hair. Now look at yourself again, he said when he was done. What do you see now? I considered my reflection anew. Are you different? He said. A little, I said. And that was only water and a blade. Think what you might become if you were cleansed of 13 years of dirt, neglect, and servitude. I turned back to my image and gazed. It was different. For a moment I allowed myself to wonder what it would be like to alter the rest of myself as well. As I was trying to tell you, Bear said, interrupting my thoughts, when we reached the village, I applied to the priest, to the local lord or bailiff, the reeve if necessary, anyone in authority from whom I get permission to perform. And you wish me to go with you? I asked. Of course. But Bear, I said, what if I'm recognized? Crispin, you are altered. Who would recognize you now? Anyone from Stromford. By the certainty of St. Paul, they are gone. They'll never bother you again. But what if they do? First you say you're nothing, then you say half the world is looking for you. Make up your mind, if you have one. But Bear, I said, the steward tried to kill me, twice, and when I was hiding in the woods, he came along the road. I'm sure he was searching for me. He looked at me slyly. For an insignificant creature, you're very vain. Give me one reason for their concern. They think I'm a thief. Crispin, did you steal? As God is my witness, no. Then it's all a sham. You were only being blamed for what someone else did. But it's they who matter, not me. Then I shall make you matter, he said. I'll teach you music. I won't be able to learn, I said. Do the birds sing? He asked. Yes, I said. Do they have souls? I don't think so, I said, somewhat confused. Then surely you can sing no less than they, for you have a soul. Sometimes I think I have none. For once Bear was speechless. In the name of Saint Remigius, why? I have never felt it. Bear gazed at me in silence. Then we, he said gruffly, shall need to make sure you do. Chapter 26. He began by instructing me about the pipe's holes, the stops, he called them, and the way to shape my mouth around the blowing end, how to shift my fingers, how to make different sounds. Reluctantly, I took up the recorder, and with fingers like soft clay tried to play. What came out were sorry, shallow squeaks. You see, I said, I can't do it. I offered him back his pipe. Refusing, he railed at the top of his voice, threatening to inflict upon me every kind of grisly torture if I didn't try. At first his shouted warnings terrified me, but as the day wore on, I realized he was mostly bluster. While I didn't doubt he could have done the ghastly acts he threatened, it was but a rough kindness. The more I realized this, the less tense I became. Gradually, I found my way with tongue, fingers, and breath. Before the day was half done, I managed to pipe out his simple song. "There, you've done it!" he cried out when first I did. "Tell me you didn't hear it too!" No one was more amazed than me. To think that I, with my breath, could make a song thrilled me deeply. I wanted to play it over and over again. Bear only made me work harder. Then, as I played, he began to strike his drum so as to keep his proper beats. It was mid-afternoon and I was playing when something different happened. Before my astonished eyes, this enormous man jumped up and began to dance. Holding his large hands up, pumping his knees high, prancing, his great red beard flapping, his two-pointed hat bobbing this way and that, the hat bells jingling, he was like one possessed. Though a giant, he appeared as light as a goose feather in a swelling breeze. I was so taken aback at the sight I stopped playing. "Now you know why I took you on," he said with a grin. It took a moment for me to fully grasp his meaning. He wanted me to help him. "Play, fool!" he yelled. "That's the point of it all." Excited, I resumed, continuing to make music while he paused to scoop up his leather balls. For now as he danced he also juggled. Then to all of this he added singing. "Lady Fortune is friend and foe, of poor she makes rich, and rich poor also, turns misery to prosperity, and wellness into woe, so let no man trust this lady, who turns her wheel ever so." Finally he stopped. Panting, he thumped me on the back and said, "There, Crispin, my young and foolish, soulless saint, you see what we shall do. While I perform my revels, you shall pipe the tune. I promise it shall bring us pennies of plenty, and we, the bear and his cub, shall prosper greatly." His words made me grin. At this, Bear thrust his hand aloft. "Oh, God!" he cried, "look upon thy miraculous gift. This wretched boy has given the world a smile." That night, as we made ready to sleep, Bear informed me that on the following day we would reach a village by the name of Burley. "It's only 2 leagues from where we are, an easy walk," he said, "and on the main road to Great Wexley." Bear's news about the morrow made me very nervous. Since I had left Stromford, the only person I had been with was him. But I said nothing. He would, I fear, only mock my worries. Instead, when Bear was asleep, I went upon my knees and with my lead crossed in hands, prayed. "Blessed St. Giles," I whispered to the cross, "let me play the music well, let me be a credit to my master, and I beg thee, let me have a soul, that I too may sing and dance like Bear, and St. Giles, do not let him betray me."